Let's all take a breath together, everyone. And thank you for joining now, or if you're watching this on recording, thank you for joining then. This is something I try and do as often as possible on the full moon. Where are we? We're in mid-April. I keep thinking it's late April. We're in mid-April now. What is this? So who am I? Hello, I'm Joshua. We've got some people here I'm not familiar with. So hello, I'm Joshua. And this is what we're doing. So the full moon. There's any number of ways one can connect with the full moon energy. The only thing that unites all of those is that it is inescapable. It's a very powerful, loud energy. My own spiritual path, my practice involves a great deal of connecting with the feminine, with a capital F, the divine feminine, of which, of course, the the moon is an embodiment of, in a way. This, what we're going to do tonight, is not one of those things. The inspiration to do what we're doing tonight, and as I've been doing, month by month, pretty much since then, since the early COVID days, is using the full moon energy as a point and form of amplification. So as I say, it's a strong energy. It's a loud energy, as completely distinct from the new moon energy, which is very quiet. It's very very still. And so when the original guidance suggestion came to work with the full moon energy, it was to support. Oh, someone's just joining. 1 second. It was to support the process of transition, which entails letting go of grief. It involves becoming unstuck. It involves clearing confusion, and with all of that is clearing the elemental debris of life that just stacks up. We had a group reading earlier on, and one of the people, I won't pick you out, and I won't cross the line either. One of the people had an experience where she had just touched a tree, and she had helped a spirit move on, just like that. And it sounded like a very beautiful experience. We're often called on, whether we know it or not, to support beings that are stuck on the earth plane to leave here. A lot of them don't know they're stuck. We can take on a lot from them and discarnates. We can take on a lot from discarded energy. All right, all you need to do is have someone shout or get frustrated around you. You take on some of that, and we walk around with these 20-pound, 50-pound bags of other people's stuff on our shoulders. So while I deeply, deeply honor the divine feminine in all of the forms that I know of, this what we're going to do here is more of a spiritual dump and run. Okay, so we'll be working with a being called, that you are familiar with in one way or another, called the Archangel Raziel, the angel of transition. We will be, I'm going to take us through a meditative process where we're going to go to an etheric temple. That is to say, a building, as it were, that exists on the etheric, in the intangible, similar to Dreamtime or a slightly different dimension. For anyone that's not familiar with this sort of thing, we're going to be calling on our Merkaba field, which is already there, but maybe in a hazy or sketched version of it, and we're going to call it more into form. What the Merkaba looks like is, this is one, all right. So it looks something like that. And if we're talking about spinning it, that's what it looks like when it spins. And so when it spins very, very fast, that kind of becomes a whirl. I'm not going to do that because it will make my fingers bleed, because this is very, very, very sharp. Ow. Okay, I'm going to put that dangerous object down. But that's the Merkaba field right there, all right? So I will not be, I'm not deeply invested for the purpose of what we're doing. First of what we're doing, I'm not deeply invested in the astrology. I will say that this full moon, it's a full moon in Libra, yay Libras. We've got the axis of Aries, which we're in right now, and Libra, the Libra moon. If you're interested in working with that, or if you're wondering what's getting brought up from the subconscious, it's a balancing act between the nature of the self, which is Aries, and the nature of other people, which is Libra. And so we're looking at relationships. And I'm just saying that for cursory interest, in case you are interested, in case that's going on around you or in your home and so on. But this really what we're doing is we're supporting in the collective consciousness, grief to move, stuckness to move, trapped spirits to move, and elemental debris to clear for ourselves, for others, and all of that. I'm going to invite you all to close your eyes now, please. You close your eyes. We're taking us through a meditation. This is not going to be a long, drawn out thing. I'm also not going to be using music for this occasion today. And so we take a breath, and we're going to start, as always, with prayer. We're starting with prayer to call on higher versions of ourself, higher aspects of ourself, to acknowledge the sacredness of what we're coming together to do. And we're calling on prayer that we can connect together in safe, loving space. So we say, beloved Mother, Father, God, Goddess, sweet presence of purity, wholeness, vibrancy, beauty, love in all of its forms. We call on that in this moment, through us, as us, and around us. And as we do this, we ground ourselves. We call on that below us, the core of the earth. We strengthen ourselves. We find that we take responsibility for our experience. We ground ourselves. And so too equally, we connect above. Call it the Father Sky, call it the Sun. We connect above us, and so through each of us and all of us, the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine connected. I call to the four sacred directions around us. And I gratefully ask that there be archangelic presence in each corner of the room that you sit. Archangelic presence in each corner all around us. I call to all of our higher selves, this greater aspect of us. I humbly ask this aspect of us to lead us, attune us, calibrate us, guide us, refine us, that we can leave this experience lighter, with deeper connection to ourselves. I'm calling forth the very highest good of our time together this evening. And so in the name of the Christ I am, the presence I am, the activity, welcoming the very great love of the Archangel Raziel to steer us, to guide us, hold us, envelop us as we travel together in support of ourselves, our families, our communities, and that which is much, much greater. And we say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. The eyes closed, please, just so we can each have our own unique experience. And so we sit for the moment. We sit and we simply breathe, not forcing the breath now. Letting the stomach relax. Letting your jaw relax. Breathing easily in and out. Let's take just a moment to acknowledge you've created time for this. And that in and of itself is sacred. For you've said to yourself, I'm ready for something to move, even if I don't know what it is. I welcome the next. I'm willing and unafraid of the next. Breathe. Let us in this moment, as we are connected, call our Merkaba field around us. With your eyes closed, if this is unfamiliar to you, I'd like you just to imagine a downward facing, three-sided pyramid, which you sit in the middle of. Its base is around your shoulders, and its peak is a little bit below your feet. Just let it appear to you. And let us have the other half of it appear as well, another three-sided pyramid. Its base around your knees, its peak a few inches above your head. The widest point is as wide as you could stretch your arms. So just see these both around you and allow them to begin to spin in opposite directions. And breathe. And let these begin to spin faster and faster and faster. Why are we doing this? The Merkaba, which is a part of you, is a way to gracefully and easily move between dimensions. This is something you do frequently. Dimensions of thought, dimensions of consciousness, dimensions of love. And with this spinning around you, this whirl as if you were sitting in a bubble, together we are ready to travel. In your mind's eye, see yourself lifting off the ground without a sound, without perceptible movement. Look around you and you'll see the rest of us also in our Merkaba, raised off the ground, and together we leave, traveling as if at the speed of light. Your surroundings blur. Just breathe. Just breathe. Your mind may argue with this, yet it is a way to gracefully shift energy around you. Together we travel far, far, far away from where we have come from. And in the distance, we start to see a huge cavernous building appear in our line of sight. And we slow down as we approach it from high above. It is an exquisite building. We marvel how it could have possibly been constructed. And we descend down to the ground. And we begin walking now towards the building. In front of it is a vast staircase, a stone staircase, which together we ascend. Just breathe. We ascend this staircase together when we reach these vast doors. Outside the door is two 14-foot angels, which welcome us with a broad smile. They open the door and allow us to walk in. All of us, we walk in. Breathe. As we all walk in, we find ourselves again in a vast room, the size of a stadium, with angelic activity taking place far, far above us. all around us. We welcome you to the temple of ascension. Many eyes turn to greet us with loving curiosity and appreciation that we have come. Appreciation for our choice, our awareness. In the middle of the room, you'll see a circle of crystal chairs. Walk to the center and find your own and sit down. You'll find that it perfectly matches your body. Behind each of us, an angel of this temple will stand, will place their hands upon our shoulders for loving support. Each of them also learns and experiences, as do we. Into the center of the room walks the vast Archangel Raziel and acknowledges each of us one by one with a gaze. In the center of all of this is a flame, the eternal flame of ascension. Breathe. From the center of this flame, he brings a column of light all the way from the ground, all the way up to the ceiling. As the column of light reaches the ceiling, it expands. Expands and expands and expands to fill all of us. And so we sit within it. Breathe. From out of the flame, the beloved Azrael sends a beam of light and energy into each of our hearts. And completes this as a circle all the way through. This current will run all the way through us. Far, far above us, portals open. This is seemingly hundreds of yards above us. And from out of these portals, from all sides, flows the elemental debris of thought, of misplaced action, into the center of this column of light, to be brought to a higher place, to be alchemized. For in metaphysical truth, energy is not discarded. It is transmuted. And through the love that each of you are, the time you're giving, the choice you've made, this is possible. All you need to do is breathe now. Breathe as this energy flows into this column of light. If there have been worries on your mind, for yourself, for others, perhaps even the world, let these leave your thoughts and flow into this column of light. Give what you can to it. If you have been feeling impatient and frustrated, resentful even, give this to the column of light. If you have been feeling jealous, angry, competitive, this is all understandable. You have your reason, and give it to the column of light. Far above, the energy continues to flow in. And because of the grace, the attention that you're giving, more portals can open. And now, the discarnates, the spirits that have been caught between planes, stuck on the planet Earth, there is opportunity for some of them to move. They too, far above us, flow into this column of light in their thousands. Just breathe. Breathe as they flow in, to become free, to go into the light. Beloved Azrael expresses his deep appreciation to each of you and to all of us. Phenomenal work that you're doing. Just continue to breathe as the last of the elemental morass flows in, as the last few of the strapped spirit beings flows in. And we watch the last go in for this occasion, for this session. And there is peace, and there is still. Beloved Azrael gently begins to diminish the column which came from the flame. For the work is complete for this occasion. You might feel the shift as the column vanishes, and we once again see the flame of ascension. Beloved Azrael bows to each of you. Promising his support as and when you remember to ask for it. You feel the gentle hands upon your shoulders and the gratitude that comes from the owner. Together, let us stand from our crystal seats. We bow to beloved Azrael. And we begin to walk to the door. And as we walk to the door, we remember that this, as all of the etheric temples, is available to us. The doors open in front of us. We walk out. The guardians of this space smile and bow as we walk down the steps. Once again, we call our Merkaba field around us. The descending pyramid from our shoulders, the ascending pyramid from our knees. We let it begin to spin faster, faster, faster. And we take off together, we rise. And we leave this area. Behind us, the Temple of Ascension vanishes. As we begin the journey of return to our place and frequency of our origin. I will count us back from 10 to support the energy to adjust. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's begin feeling the space around you, where your body touches the chair or where you lay down, the temperature in the room, the sounds in the room. Taking some full deep breaths to the body now, please. You may like to gently rub your cheeks, forehead, your temples, your ears. You know, it's always fascinating to watch this, to watch it, or to observe maybe. It was very beautiful to watch, but actually on this occasion, I was getting because a number of you have done this with me before over the years, and just getting this feeling of people being used to it and getting stronger and being able to hold more, being able to move more. And that's wonderful. I hope you all have a sense, because I'm not going to ask any more than that, I hope you all have a sense of how much appreciation there is for you from these beings across the veil, that they can do so much and they can only do so much as well. There comes a point that they need the willing hands and minds and vocal cords of us to do certain things down here and to plug certain things in down here to be anchor points on the earth plane. So I'm not sure if noise carries from my place. If it sounded like there was a herd of elephants upstairs in my house, it's because there was a herd of elephants upstairs in my house, and they've gone round to the house next door now, it seems. So if any, I'm giving Healing Current on Monday night. Felt like the right thing to do. If anyone's not on that list would like to be, just message me, not here, I won't get it, but message me on Facebook or something like that, send me the link. And that's what I got. That's all I got, really. Can I unmute? No, I can't. You're gonna have to unmute yourselves. How to do that.
Joshua.
Hello, did someone say something?
I said, thank you, Joshua.
Oh, yes, pleasure, my pleasure. All right. Well, you all have what?
I wanted to say thank you, and somehow I got, when I was in there, how attuned this was to this evening and this whole Paschal week and the time of resurrection, but also of the death and resurrection, which I usually don't pay a whole lot of attention to. So thank you. This was a really important time to do this, I think.
Pleasure, Celine, my pleasure. It was a hard one to ignore this year. What with, I think, the three major holidays all on the same day.
Mhm.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
first time in 30 years.
All right. Well, I'm saying happy Easter to you all.
Same to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I've had that
Pleasure.
same feeling too.
Love to you
Thank you
all.
so much.
Have a wonderful time with your families over the weekend, and I'll see you again soon.
Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Joshua.